Welcome learners to the third session of the Tribes of Arunachal Pradesh from the course BSW044, and I'm your course coordinator, Professor Rose Nembiakkim. Now let us have a quick recap about what has been done. In the previous class, we learnt about the tribes of Mishmi, Kamti, Nokte as well as Wangcho, Tangsa, Singpo along with their religious practice as well as different dance forms, which is an integral part of the tribal customs. Now moving ahead, let us understand about the tribes of Mongs. Now the Mongpas are Mongoloid in look, speaking Tibetan-Burmese language, mainly settled in western parts of Kameng district, belonging to Mahayana Buddhist sect. Now considering style of dresses they use and the language they speak, they are similar to the people of eastern Bhutan. In addition to Buddhism, which came later, many Mongpas believe in their traditional religion known as Bon religion. Now, Bon religion is based on a cult of local deities. Close to many Mongpa villages, there are sanctuaries consisting usually of several flat stones or stone structures used for the burning of incense, where rites in honor of local deities are performed. Bon culture is considered as original culture of Monpa tribe. Unlike most of the tribes of northeastern region, Monpas have recorded history in their own script found in Gompas, a script similar to those of Bhutan and Tibet. Economically, Monpas are not as good as neighboring tribes. Monpas employ primitive way of agriculture methods. They produce rice, wheat, barley, millet, potato, maize from their fields. They also have the tradition of animal husbandry. They breed Mithun, Yak, Gyatsa, which is also a cross between Mithun and Indian cattle. Nupsa, Zo and Zomu, cross between Yak and Gyatsa and a sheep. These are the kind of animals they rear and breed. Now traditionally, sheep breeding is for the purpose of eating meat. It may also be noted that unlike other tribes, Monpas consume milk regularly and extract butter out of the milk of yak, mithun and cow. Now Monpas are expert in weaving woolen carpets in their traditional way. Monpas of Tawang are expert paper makers who are producing handmade papers since ages. Monpas are lovers of songs, music and dances, but all their songs do not carry meaning always. Torgya is one of the principal festivals celebrated every 11 months in the year to drive away evils of the year. Losar is the New Year festival held in February. Budh Purnima is one of their principal festivals celebrated for a month with meditation by elders. Budh Purnima is one of their principal festivals celebrated for a month with meditation by elders, prayers by all and dances by young generation. Now let us look at the tribes of Shardukpen. Shardukpen is a Tibeto-Burmese tribe settled in western corner of Arunachal Pradesh. They profess Buddhism simultaneously with magical religions. They call themselves as Senzi Tonzi, while people of Assam refer them as Sat Raja or the people with 7 kings. They have similarity with neighboring Monpas and Bhutanese, but at the same time they have their own separate cultural identity. Shardukpen society is divided into 2 classes according to social rank. Each rank again divided into several clans. Now the upper clan is known as Thong, and this comprises of clans of Thundok, Thungshi, Tango, Krem, Mosubi, Wangza, Klengtung and Lamaguri. The lower class is referred to as Sao, and within this class there are the 5 clans of Megedzi, Shinzadzi, Dingla, Monodzi and Midzidzi. Intermarriage between 2 classes are normally not allowed. Shardukpen is traditionally a trading tribe. They used to play important role in the trade between Assam and Tibet. Now this is about Shardukpens. Now let us look at the tribes of Akha. Akha tribe is found mainly in the Kameng district of Arunachal Pradesh. In their own dialect, the Akhas call themselves Ruso. The term Akha is derived from the Assamese word Anka, literally meaning painted. They are so termed so because of their custom of smearing their face with a mixture of the resin obtained from the Pinus excelsus and charcoal. The Aka speak their own dialect belonging to the Tibeto-Burmese group. They are Mongoloid in appearance with yellowish-brown complexion. Aka religion is shamanistic animism. Due to proximity to Buddhist neighbors, they were influenced to an appreciable extent by Buddhism. Some of their villages have chortens and prayer flags. Shamam, the Aka priest, is important in every Aka village as his service is sought on every possible occasion. A shamam is distinguished from the others by the fact that he wears a yak's tail on his back and his pillbox hat is covered with tiger or leopard skin. Any young person having supernatural power can become a shamam. The post is hereditary. According to Akas, Buslua is the supreme creator who is creator of all living beings. In addition to the supreme creator, they have a number of spirits, both benevolent and malevolent, whom they worship for happiness. As explained before, benevolent is a kind god and malevolent is a bad god. Now let us look at other tribes which are still existing in Arunachal Pradesh. Now I will start with the Tangams. The Tangams live along the upper reaches of the Siang and the Nigong or Yang Sangchu in the northern extremity of the Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Tangam is an offshoot of Adi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh. As per story, they had larger population earlier, but after the Shimong tribes attacked them, their population reduced. The present Tagams are descendants of those who survive. Tangams belong to the Tibeto-Burmese group, having no script of their own, and the cultural heritage is carried forward orally from generation to generation. According to their belief, they trace their origin from Pedongnan, the mythical mother of all beings. Originally, they had 8 clans such as Gakko, Gaki, Kondo, Jodo, Mudo, Doron, Daji and Tamut. It is said that some of these clans have gradually vanished. Tangams divided the year in 2 seasons, Lobo and Digging, that is summer and winter respectively. The Tangams divide the year in 12 lunar months. The Tangams' New Years start from the month of Biro, that is March. Like any other tribes, the festival or ceremony of Tangams is also agriculture based. Their religion is similar to Dono-Polo religion practiced by most of the tribes in Arunachal Pradesh. They have a number of spirits or gods for different purposes that they appease during the festival. Pedongnan is a mythical mother of all human beings whom all Tangams pray to. Gumin Soyin is supposed to be the god of Tangams who protects them from all evil. Now, after having known about this tribe, let us move ahead and understand the tribes of Kowa. Kowa, numerically a smaller tribe, is of Mongoloid origin and linguistically belong to Tibeto-Burmese group. They do not have their own script, hence do not have their own written history. They have a village chief in each village whom they all obey. Agriculture is a principal occupation of the Kowa people. Their principal agricultural produce is paddy, since rice is their principal staple food. Besides paddy, they also produce the pulses, vegetables, fruits, etc. They follow slash and burn agricultural method. The only tool they use is sickle. To avert pest attack, they use a number of magical religion rituals as they believe that pest attack is due to the harmful spirits. Kowas believe in one supreme being who created the universe and life therein. There are several deities and spirits inhabiting different places who are either benevolent or malevolent, whom the Kowas worship and try to keep them happy by different rituals meant for different purposes. Now, the rituals are conducted by the village priest following certain set procedures. Most important deity is Kachoa, who is responsible for better crops, wealth and thus happiness. Similarly, there are several other deities whom they propitiate. As Kowas are agriculturalists, their festivals are also based on agriculture or cultivation. Most important festival of the Koas being the Chasoi festival, they celebrate in the month of January-February. They perform the rituals connected with this festival for 8 days to ensure their prosperity and a good harvest, as well as to drive away the evil spirits from the village so that these cannot afflict them with various calamities. Now let us look at tribes of Kampa. The Kampa tribe is one of the Mongoloid tribes settled in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Their language belongs to Tibeto-Burmese origin. Since they do not have any script of their own, they do not have any recorded history. Therefore, it is difficult to predict regarding their origin and their path of migration. From the legends that were carried forward since generation orally, it is presumed that this group of people came to India to settle from Tibet sometime long before the birth of Gautam Buddha. Like any other hill tribes of the region, Kampas are also principally agriculturalists practicing slash and burn method of cultivation. Paddy is the principal produce besides millet, barley, vegetables, fruits and pulses. They rear mithuns, cows and pig for consumption. This is one of the Buddhist tribes who were converted to Buddhism by one of the disciples of Lord Buddha named Padmasambhava, whom the Kampas call Uzer Rinpoche. Prior to the era of Buddhism, the Kampas used to have a number of malevolent and benevolent spirits who used to propitiate by several types of traditional rituals. Chanting of the sermons of Lord Buddha and following scriptures of Tripitaka, Panchashil, Astashil and Dashashil is part of their rituals. With introduction of Buddhism, reading Pali language was also introduced in their monastery. Jataka stories are told and retold to the boys. This tradition is still being continued. The Losar is the principal festival of the Kampas. They celebrate this festival twice during the year. The first Losar is celebrated as a sort of New Year festival during their first month, Dawa Tambo, that is January or February. It is celebrated for a week for prosperity, good health and happiness. Similarly, it is again celebrated for 1 week during last month of the year, Dawa Chungipat, that is December or January, for the same reasons. Now let us look at the tribes of Miji. The Miji tribe is a Mongoloid tribe speaking a dialect belonging to Tibeto-Burmese group. It is not basically a Buddhist tribe, but certain influence of Buddhism is noticed in their culture. Their religion is based on nature worship and is a world of spirits and deities usually associated with nature. Mijis are basically agriculturalists. Rice being their staple food, paddy is obviously the agricultural product. They also produce pulses, vegetables and other food requirements. Bamboo is the main industrial raw material. They all live in a bamboo hut with thatched roof. They make bamboo baskets for storing and carrying goods. They wear bamboo ornaments, bamboo raincoats and hats, while eat bamboo shoots and bamboo pickles. Their loin looms are also made of bamboo. In brief, it can be said that their skill is basically centered on bamboo. Mijis believe in one supreme being they call Tenerang, who is supposed to be the ancestor of the tiger. Besides Tenerang, there are several deities or spirits, both benevolent and malevolent. They have two house deities, Hutungi and Nachuni, who are benevolent and are worshipped for happiness in a house. There is a deity called Shijangni who lives in the sky and Sajongni who lives in the earth, both benevolent. The principal festivals for the Miji is Chidang, celebrated for 8 days, usually in the month of December. They observe this festival for 8 days, in which the sky deity Shijanguni, earth deity Shajanguni and other deities living in the hills and rivers are worshipped for a good crop and welfare and prosperity of the whole community. A ceremony called Dhoromiji is practiced. A ceremony called Dhoromiji is performed when an epidemic breaks out in a village to drive away evil spirits responsible for the epidemic. During successful killing in a war, a ceremony called Dama-diu-niwai is performed for protection of the slayer from the spirit of the slain enemy. Let us look at the tribes of Padam. Padam tribe is settled in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Like other tribes in Arunachal Pradesh, the Padams too are Mongoloid tribes speaking a dialect belonging to Tibeto-Burmese group. Like any other hill tribes, the Padams practice joming or slash and burn agriculture. Besides paddy, they produce maize, pulses, barley and so on. Rice beer is their favorite beverage which they prepare by fermenting rice. The social structure of the Padams as well as their family structure are similar to other Indo-Mongoloid tribes. The village administration is run by a village council headed by a village headman assisted by elders. All bachelors live in a bachelor's dormitory and are the volunteers who help the entire community in war and peace, in joy and sorrow. The Padam village administration runs with absolute discipline, justice and equality. For sickness, there is a doctor who is known as Ayit Miri who treats the sick with his magic religious rituals. Solong Etor festival is one of the agricultural festivals performed during the month of March-April. This 3 days festival is performed after construction of a big circular fence around the village so that cows and mithuns cannot get into the field and damage the crop. Solong Ponong is celebrated just after the last weeding and before harvesting. Ipak ceremony is performed when a person is sick and Keming ceremony is performed after the head hunting. Delong dance is one of the most famous Padam dances they perform during Solong Etor festival. The leader of the dance, usually a man, is called Delong Miri. The Keming Inam dance is a war dance performed during Keming ceremony after a successful war. Ponung dance is associated with Solong festival. The leader of the dance party is a man known as Ponung Miri. Elong dance is a group dance performed by girls for amusement, specially performed on happy occasions like marriage, housewarming ceremony, feast, etc. The leader of the dance may be a man or a woman known as Elong Miri. Ipak dance is a ritualistic dance performed by the magical priest or doctor while treating a patient. This dance is supposed to drive away the evil spirits. Tribes of Minyong. Minyong tribe is settled in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh. Like their neighbors, the Padam, the Miyongs are also principally agricultural tribe. In fact, they have much in common with the Padams, including linguistic similarities, economic activities, and even the name of their festivals and dances. The Minyons are basically an agricultural tribe. They practice slash and burn agriculture. It is only recently that they have started practicing terracing, but in a very limited extent. The agricultural tools are also very primitive, mostly the tools like hoe, axe, sticks, etc. Even with a meager production, most of the rice they convert into liquor. Now, paddy is the main agricultural crop. Besides this, they also cultivate short staple cotton, maize, barley, ragi, vegetables, fruits and pulses. Besides agriculture, Minyongs domesticate pigs, mithun, cow, etc. for the purpose of meat. Hunting. Hunting is one of their subsidiary occupations to get meat. Minyong believe in a super being or superpower who is supposed to have created this earth and all who live on it. They also believe that tiger and human beings were sons of same ancestors and therefore they follow almost same ritual when they kill a man or tiger. Besides this, they believe in a number of spirits, both benevolent and malevolent. Itor is one of the principal festivals of Minyong tribe celebrated during the month of March or April. The Solong festival is celebrated in September to ensure good harvest and to prevent evil spirits from coming into the village to afflict the villagers with disease and evil spirits. Dongkong is a ceremony performed after a successful war operation. After killing a tiger, they perform Myo Song ceremony. The Minyongs believe that diseases are caused by evil spirits. The ceremony of treating patients is known as coining ceremony. Ayet Miri is a priest and a village doctor who can cure diseases through rituals and ceremonies of magic or religious tribe. Now the tribes of Member. Member tribe settled in Siang district of Arunachal Pradesh is a Buddhist tribe having a rich cultural heritage. Like any other Buddhist tribe, in case of members too, the monk plays important role in the society. In fact, the monk dictates the procedure and rituals governing the tribal life, particularly connected with their religion and culture. But they are still influenced by pre-Buddhism culture. Members too are agriculturalists producing paddy, maize, short staple cotton, etc. Members are well skilled in cane and bamboo work. The member cane and bamboo products are famous for elegance and durability. With the arrival of Buddhism, the Lord Buddha was accepted as their principal god and is now equated with their traditional supreme being. But they still believe in the second traditional gods and goddesses. Choi Jagapu is the equivalent of Hindu Chitragupt, who records the deeds of every man and women. Lakapro is the presiding deity of the heaven, equivalent to Hindu Indra. Dinokpo is a god who guards the passage to heaven, a sort of member's Saint Peter. With the influence of Buddhism, the major Buddhist festivals came to stay with them. Buddha Purnima and other Buddhist festivals are celebrated with utmost serenity and calm atmosphere. Most important member festival is Losar festival, which is celebrated twice a year. In the first member month, Dawa Toniba falls in January-February, and during the member month, Dawa Chungipa, which falls around December-January. The purpose is to express their gratefulness to the gods for keeping them happy and prosperous in the outgoing year and exhorting the gods to bestow more prosperity and happiness in the coming year. The Bardo festival is another important festival of the members. It is performed to ensure the communal welfare and also to impress the villagers that the person leading a pious life in the world goes to heaven and enjoys blissful life there, while a person leading a sinful life here goes to hell after death, only to face a tormented existence there. Now let us understand the tribes of Yobin. The Yobins, also known as Lissus, migrated across Patkai range during the decade of 40s of 20th century and settled along the Noa Dihing River in the Vijayanagar area of Arunachal Pradesh. Yobin society is divided into a number of clans. The clans are divided according to profession. For example, Gaza clan are supposed to catch fish or expert in physiculture, while people belong to Jeza clan are beekeepers and so on. The Yobin society is patrilineal and their family normally consists of father, mother, sons and daughter. A married son usually leaves the family to build up his own house. The youngest son inherits the property and hence remains with the family. The Yobins live in well-demarcated villages, each comprising of a number of houses. Details of their story and migration is not known due to absence of script and hence was not recorded. Perhaps due to frequent migration, many of their legends were lost. The Yobins are basically good agriculturalists and are comparatively advanced in this trade. They have their own land where they produce rice, millet, different vegetables and pulses. Yobins are traditionally good beekeepers. The religion of Yobins is based on nature worship and the world of spirits. They have their own deities and spirits whom they propitiate by sacrifice. Their festivals are usually based on agriculture, hunting and other profession. The festivals are associated with dance, songs and music. Now with this we come to the end of a session on Arunachal Pradesh. But before we end, let me just sum up what we have done in all the 3 sessions. Now in all the 3 sessions, we discussed briefly about the tribal scenario in Arunachal Pradesh. The people, the resources, socio-economic conditions as well as the tradition and culture existent in the regions have been described. The different tribes found within the region along with their distinctiveness have also been mentioned. Each of these tribes has its own distinct culture, custom, habits and religious beliefs. I hope you all had a good learning experience. Thank you.